Hey Jake, don't forget you promised to help me move into my dorm today.
Yeah, sure thing.
Jake, the material for the board meeting.
Of course, why not?
Here's the scripts we're going to look over for the next video.
Perfect timing.
Hey Jake, don't forget you were going to help out with all that calculus homework tonight.
Of course I was.
Oh, Jake, here are all the jackets you volunteered to get resized.
Guys, this may be over my head a little bit. Literally. Time management. Let's be honest for a moment, we all struggle with it. Whether it be procrastination, overloading, or just plain forgetfulness, lacking time management can have a serious negative effect on our lives. Take me just a second ago, completely overwhelmed with a much too extensive to-do list. I had promised this, guaranteed that, and before I knew it, I was completely incapable of accomplishing the original things I intended to do. How many times is that us, wasting our time and not maximizing our greatness? Isn't it time for a change? In this month's Leadership On Demand video, we will discuss how scheduling for the super busy can become a reality for all of us. The answer is simple. GAP. That's right, G-A-P. Goal setting, agenda keeping, and priority making. We will discuss how each of these three can be executed appropriately and how whenever we do them, we can truly maximize our infinite potential. 5 seconds left on the clock. The ball is launched from half court. It's up and goal, goal, goal. What? Yeah, I know. I just get carried away sometimes. Goal setting, the G and GAP. Whenever we set goals, we aren't just making a wish. Rather, we establish an idea that we will reach the various tactics and procedures. It sounds a bit complicated, so let's break it down from a fundamental standpoint. Don't just set goals, set SMART goals. Strategic, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. Let's take a look at a goal your state vice president Macy set for herself. She said she would like to have good grades this year in college. Although that is a great goal to have, it doesn't meet the criteria of a SMART goal. Thus, it's hard to actually track her progress. A strategic and SMART goal for Macy may look something like this. By the end of my freshman year of college, I will have attained a 3.7 GPA through increased study habits. Now, Macy has a concise visual that will aid her in reaching her goal. It is strategic, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. Whenever we set SMART goals for ourselves, we are taking steps in the right direction to becoming the best version of ourselves. Once we understand the G and GAP, the key to effective time management, we can now begin to evaluate the A, agenda keeping. How many of us have ever made a promise to ourselves that we're gonna get our lives together? So we head to the nearest store, buy the fanciest looking agenda on the shelf, put in a few important dates, and a couple weeks later realize that we no longer use the agenda and it's just a constant reminder that we did not get our lives together. I'm as guilty as anyone when it comes to lacking agenda consistency. But if we are able to effectively use a planner or organizer, it will change how we operate on a daily basis. The first step in effective time management is finding what works best for you. It may be a 5-year planner, a 1-month agenda keeper, or even an online version. For me, it's a little bit of both. I use Google Calendar on my phone for my professional items. That way I always have access to it and can let my state officer teammates view it as well. I use my 1-year agenda for personal items such as birthdays, weekend activities, and anything else I'd like to keep organized. Once you find what works best for you, the most important thing is to update it regularly. Continue to track your progress to ensure that you are updating your life and accomplishing your goals. Finally, celebrate. Anytime you notice a few days of successful agenda keeping and can tell the positive difference it has made in your life, reward yourself in some type of way for your diligence and time management. And for me, that may look like a little game of basketball. The final tip to ensure we maximize our time effectively is the P in GAP, priority making. The way to do this is quite simple. Make a list of the things you do on a daily basis. This may look like hanging out with friends, homework, chores, and Netflix. Once you've created that list, distinguish between what is important and what is urgent. The urgent items are those that must be taken care of immediately, but don't necessarily contribute to a long-term goal. The important items don't have to be taken care of right now, but ultimately will benefit you in the future. Once you have distinguished between the two, begin to take care of the urgent items now by setting those goals and keeping an agenda, freeing up more space for the important items in your life. This idea is best summed up by former President Dwight Eisenhower when he said, "Those things that are important are seldom urgent, and those that are urgent are seldom important." Begin to take care of the urgent now. That way you have more time for the important things in your life. Having efficient time management skills is much easier said than done. Life is constantly chaotic with new challenges, looming deadlines, and urgent tasks. Instead of just trying to stay afloat, thrive and make the very most of the life that you were meant to live. Always remember that when it comes to effective time management, to gap, set goals, keep an agenda, and make priorities. Your life is meant to be lived to the fullest. The clock is ticking, so what are you waiting on? Live your life to the fullest and make every moment count. When we can schedule for the super busy, our possibilities are infinite, truly making every moment count.